All right, I'm gonna go into how like money and things like that came to be. Right. What happened was the children of men, under the direction of another bunch of fools, were introduced to this system of economics. Right. So I'm gonna go into it. Right. So this is how it started. They were planning. Right. So they were like, all right, here it goes. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rocks. And each rock is gonna be given a value. Yeah, that's right. That sounds cool. So one rock will be worth, let's say, $5. All right, that sounds cool. This rock will be worth $10. So what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start going into the villages, and we're gonna start going into the towns, and we're gonna start telling people that for this $5 rock, you gotta give me 3 chickens. That sounds great. So as time went on, people started getting into the system of the rock system. The bigger the rock, the more it was worth. What happened was that some of the rocks was too big. I mean, they would have to go to different parts of the world to get rocks that look different from the rocks that they had in their places to make it more viable, right? So some of the rocks are too big, so they started paying people with the rocks to carry the rocks around. It's a big rock, so they will push rocks, and they will have a lot of people pulling rocks with ropes and all that. And then, the rocks started getting a lot of value. People started valuing the rocks. They started they will buy cows with the rocks, and they will buy clothes and stuff like that with the rocks and stuff like that. But then they always had like a sinister hidden plan, So this is how it went. All right, now we're going to take these rocks and we're going to start putting the value on these rocks over life. So now we're going to start paying people these rocks to kill people and to do our dirty work. Yeah, that was the whole plan the whole time. That was ingenious, dude. Yeah, man. That's how we going to do it. So, time went on. The rocks became more valuable than life. So, they started doing all types of crazy stuff for the rocks. They started killing people for the rocks. People became powerful kings because they had a whole bunch of rocks. There was one king, he had a mountain of rocks. So people idolized him. Oh man, that's the rock master right there. And he would give people rocks to go and kill people. And then they started putting taxes on stuff. So people had to pay people like them for stuff that wasn't even theirs. Like people would have a cow, and these people had the nerve to say, you gotta give me money for that cow. But if people would be like, but this is my cow, how am I gonna give you money for my cow if it's mine? And then they're like, no, go get some rocks and go get them taken care of. And that's how they started doing it, right? So these people get out of control, they were really out of control. And they still out of control right now to this day. Back in those days, just like now, you are going to pay me money for you working. So that's what they started doing. They started making people pay money for them working while they just sit there and watch you. Yeah, this is working out just fine. And they were taking all the money. They wasn't even doing no work. They were just watching and stuff like that. Doing really nothing, And then what happened? The people who were working very hard and who were really the backbone of everything, they were making less. And the people who were lazy and they wasn't really doing nothing, they were up there chilling, making all the rocks. They were making mad rocks. And then it started corrupting the whole music system back then. The drummers and all that, they were being paid rocks to sing stupid stuff and all that. And forget it. And that was the whole corruption. Then after prostitution was born, they started paying women rocks and men rocks to sell their bodies. And then the pimp rock masters came. And then that's how everything started with the rocks. Then the rocks turned into shiny coins, into paper and all that. And this is how this whole system came to be.